Hey there, friends. Nibs again. Out here in the garage tonight, doing a little bit of goofing around. It is a perfectly rainy night out, so just right to be indoors and doing a little bit of plinking, a little bit of knife chat, and that's what we're going to do in this video is have a little knife chat. I had some success at one of the local antique stores again. Found some really cool knives, some that I was really surprised at when I found out about them. I got a couple that I've been working on. I'm going to show you as well, and a couple of new ones that came in the mail the other day after I'd already done the mail call the other day. So, but some really cool stuff. Let's go ahead and go up to the tabletop camera, and we'll talk about them some more. Alrighty, so here I am. So I have a good bit of knives here. I'll show you the new stuff first, and we'll get those out of the way. These are really pretty cool. This is a brand new case. This is a Tony Bose black synthetic smooth sow belly, and the box date was 7/30 of 24. And I've already unwrapped this, so it's out of the wax paper is still in there, but this is a real beauty. Really love this knife. I carried it to church yesterday, but it is a sow belly, but it's basically a big trapper. I'll have to compare it to my 75 pattern, see how these things are. It's high polish stainless steel, and these are fingerprint magnets. You just touch them and everything shows up. But there you go. That is so this is a TB 2339 SS, and it has 6 dots, so that's still 24 as well. But just alligator snap on this guy. But the other new one is right here. This is a very, very cool knife. So this is another case, and it is a genuine stag, no shield on it at all. I really like that. I got this case mini or tiny trapper the other day, and that one does have a shield on it. I kind of prefer the the smaller knives with stag to not have a badge if I had my choice. But this one is a really cool little pen knife. It has a bigger kind of pen blade on that end, and then a smaller pen blade on this end. It is the 1980 to 1989 tang stamp with a 9 dots, so it's a 1981, and it is a 52042 pattern. Really, really nice. Had to pay up a little bit for that one. But there you go. That's that. All right, so now the ones that I've been working on the last couple days, had this one in my pocket. Showed you guys this one was a local pickup, but I showed you this one. I thought it was much older than it actually is, and after I looked it up, this tang stamp, by having that pattern number, and Robeson's pattern number is kind of not exactly the same, but very similar to Case's pattern numbers. But with a pattern number on there, it means it was made between 65 and 77. So still a pretty cool knife. I cleaned it up nice, cleaned out the knife well, and just kind of polished it up a little bit. And I carried that a couple days last week already. Now these other two are a couple that so I think I showed you this one already as well, but maybe not. This one here is an old Imperial that I picked up. Got it pretty good price. It was in pretty rough shape. It has what I'm not sure if it's bone or stag. They listed it as stag at the store, but I'm not really sure, but it looks like bone to me. But we have a very old Imperial, So I had to look up this tang stamp, and so there's a couple. So this one doesn't have the USA on it, so we know it's before um, the one with the USA underneath. But this one has PROV period and then Rhode Island, and that tank stamp, according to several references I looked it up, was used between 36 or 36 and 52. And so this is, it's got a little wear on the blades, but not bad for potentially a 80 some year old knife. I did soak this in mineral oil for several hours to get things loosened up, and then I spent a good bit of time. Still got some stuff weeping out of that blade. I haven't done anything cleaning up the blade yet. I'm still working on cleaning it up, but I figured I'd show you guys. It's a pretty cool knife nonetheless. Uh, one one thing about this, it was very, very disgusting. This side here, you can see these cracks in the scale, and this scale had actually been lifted away from the back, the liner on the top here, and all down inside, the complete length of it was filled with this brown crust. And I am fairly certain that this was actually dried blood. There is a little sample of it that I saved that I didn't throw away, but pretty certain that was dried blood. It was actually down inside this side as well that I picked out, and I still need to glue that down. And then down inside the blade well had quite a bit of it too. So this knife has done some butchering, I think, or some sort of. It wasn't just one time either. That was many years of whatever it was killing. But blades are snapping pretty nice now, and I'll continue working on it. Got a little polish, a little cleaning up to do there. I'm not going to take all the patina off the blades, but I'll clean them up so they look a little more presentable. And that'll be a pretty cool knife for the collection. I don't have a bone or stag handled Imperial yet, so that is a nice one to add to the collection. So now this next one is actually really cool. So this is an old Robeson, not the oldest, but it is an old Robeson. And this one I was able to find some information about it. The main tang stamp here has Robeson in block, and then Sure Edge in script, and then it says Rochester underneath. And I found that means that with the Rochester underneath, it was made between 1922 and 1939. So really pretty cool. Still cleaning that up, still getting some oozing out of that one. This one was really rusty, and I soaked this one in Evapo-Rust for a couple hours, and then cleaned it out real good, washed it out, and then transferred it to some mineral oil for a couple hours. And this thing is like a brand new knife already. Just got a little bit more cleanup to do on it. Probably do a little bit of like 5,000 and 7,000 sanding on the handles, but it was already sharp. It's very sharp, and it really looks like it may have never been used. Just got put somewhere and got rusty and got abandoned. So there's a couple. I got, I think, one or two other Robesons in the collection. We'll maybe do a Robeson video one night. All right, so now these are all the ones that I picked up at the local antique store today. I stopped at a couple. I bought all these at one. The other ones I stopped at was kind of a bust. So you guys have seen me with one of these before, but this is one of those trick knives that you hold with the tip down to close it, and then tip up to open it. There you go. Sometimes it doesn't. It's got like a little bearing, roller bearing in there that. Oh, this one's not marked who made it, but I was able to look up these, both of these patent numbers, and there's two patent numbers here. The first one starts with 203, and that actually pertains to these scales where they wrap around the shells, the clam shells. And then the other one starts with 217, I believe, and that pertains to the clamshell design of handles. And we can kind of date this. So this is an Imperial because of those. First, we know it's an Imperial because of those patent numbers, and also we can kind of date this by those patent numbers as well. Um, so the 217 patent was authorized, I think, in 1938, and then expired in 1958. And I believe they stopped using those pattern numbers after they expired. So somewhere between 38 and 58 was where I would put this knife to have been made. But really pretty cool. And there we go. So that's an Imperial. Got several Imperials here. Let's talk about this one. This one is probably the newest one out of all of these new ones that I got today. Still pretty old, but it is a Colonial. And this one was made in Providence, Rhode Island. So it's a USA made. Really pretty good shape overall. Has a nice, it's a nice electrician's knife with a liner lock. And I was able to look up this patent number here, 3317, I think 996, and that actually refers to a type of bolster for Colonial. And it's kind of ironic that the patent number they put on here doesn't even pertain to this, the way that this knife is manufactured. So the 3317 is an actual, like, a key lock bolster, but this bolster here is actually the full piece of sheet metal, like their old style, and it's just riveted on. So it's kind of funny that they put a patent number on there that doesn't even pertain to how that knife is built. All right, we'll save this one for last because that one's pretty neat. So this next one is a really, really nice little jackknife, I guess you call it, because both blades come out the same end. But this one's a little tiny Imperial. Both blades have the Imperial and then with the USA underneath, and that means that this one was made from 46 to 56. And it is in really good shape, just needs a little bit of cleaning. Not a lot of rust. The springs have a little bit of surface rust on them, but that one needs a little bit of oil. It is lifting up the springs real good, so I think that just a little bit of oil is really going to make all the difference for this guy. There, a little bit of snap already. There we go. Yeah, it was very, yeah, that's nice. That's going to clean up nice. Now this next one, got it real cheap. Hopefully it'll clean up, but it's a single bladed Imperial. I'll put a little oil on this guy before I continue moving it around. But this one also has the USA underneath tang stamp, but it looks like kind of a rope knife type of pattern with a big cigar shaped body. But it is very dirty. I will probably give this a bath, and I'm a little leery about these scales on the Evapo-Rust. I had one knife get these kind of scales kind of got really badly discolored, and so I might skip that, but maybe I'll figure a way I can dip the blade in the Evapo-Rust and at least get that cleaned up. That's feeling better already. There's a lot of gook down inside there, so, but yeah, I think that one will clean up okay. It's got a little rust on that scale there, but that'll clean up. It's already starting to snap. So there's another nice, cool old Imperial, 46 to 56 as well. Now I had to do a little digging for this one. This one is a really cool old scout knife, and it has so the blade Got a little rust on it. Not too bad. Got a little whammy in the scale. I'm not sure if I'll do anything with that or just leave it alone. Does have a nice short screwdriver blade with a cap lifter. The one of the old school style can openers, and a punch, and it has a really nice bail. But so I had to do a little digging to figure out this tang stamp. The only thing I could make out to start off with, it did say New York there, which I kind of almost threw up right away that I thought maybe it was a Camillus. But after doing a little more digging, I found that, and here's the tang stamp I found, and I'll put the other one from this one next to it, and you'll see that this one is actually made by oh, I'm having a gray moment here, folks. This one was made by Crucible, and now I've seen people talk about Crucibles before, and I just assumed that they were probably um, an offshoot of Crucible Steel in Syracuse, New York. But that, from what I've read about now doing the research on this knife, is this Crucible knife company was in no way related to the Crucible Steel company in Syracuse, New York. But this Crucible knife company was only around between 1900 and 1920. So this is a pretty cool old knife. I may just give it a good cleaning and leave it just like it is, because it's a really neat piece of history. My first Crucible knife. But there you go, really cool stuff. I'm very happy with this this little stag knife here. Tony Bose is pretty cool as well. But having a lot of fun. Still playing with the air guns, still playing with the 22s, but having a lot of fun with these knives as well. So anyway, let's go back to the eye level camera. We'll finish up. Alrighty, that's pretty cool stuff, huh? That's a good little knife haul. Paid almost nothing, so I talked. So they were asking $15 a piece for those ones that I got today, and I talked them down on most of them. I got the Scout knife for $10. I got that rusty Imperial for $10, and knocked them down a little bit on the other ones too. But pretty good stuff. If I had known what that Scout knife was, I might have paid the full 15 for it. But I thought it was just a crummy old, not Camilluses aren't crummy. I thought it was a crusty, crummy looking old Camillus, which still would have been cool to have. But anyway, hope you guys liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.